All right, so today we're diving into a K-drama mystery
Ooh, okay.
that's been bugging fans for ages.
Yeah.
Why haven't we ever seen Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo in a drama together?
Two of the biggest names.
Yeah, like think Gu Junpyo from Boys Over Flowers and Kang Mo-yeon from Descendants of the Sun.
Right, exactly. Huge stars.
Both at the top of their game for years, but never paired.
Hmm.
So what's the deal?
Well, it's certainly not for a lack of talent or charisma, that's for sure.
Right?
The sources that we've got point to some pretty interesting possibilities,
Yeah.
ranging from career trajectories to just the force of K-drama fandom.
Okay, let's unpack that.
Yeah.
So their careers did start out on similar paths,
Uh-huh.
with those breakout roles
Totally.
in iconic high school and rom-com dramas.
Yeah.
But then things shifted.
Exactly. Lee Min-ho leaned into fantasy and action-heavy roles.
Yeah.
Like The King, Eternal Monarch, and Pachinko.
Pachinko, amazing show.
So good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Song Hye Kyo opted for more mature and emotionally driven stories, like Encounter and Now We Are Breaking Up.
So could this be a reason they haven't been paired?
Potentially.
Is it a case of too big to pair,
Yeah,
where their combined star power might overshadow the story?
it's possible.
I'm thinking about The Heirs
Okay.
with Lee Min-ho and Park Shin-hye.
Right.
It was criticized for being more about the stars than the plot.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think that producers are always weighing those risks and rewards.
Right.
And, casting two megastars like this
Yeah.
could create an imbalance and
Yeah.
overshadow other aspects of the drama.
But wouldn't that depend on the script and the director's vision?
Oh, for sure.
Couldn't a skilled director harness their star power to elevate the story rather than overwhelm it?
Absolutely. A strong director could definitely utilize their charisma to create something truly special.
Right.
But it's a gamble.
Yeah.
And, producers are often risk averse.
That makes sense, especially in an industry like K-drama.
Yeah. High stakes.
Yeah. And speaking of risks,
Uh-huh.
let's talk about K-drama fans.
Oh, yeah.
They are incredibly passionate.
So passionate.
And they have such strong opinions on who their favorite actors should be paired with.
They really do.
Think about Song Hye Kyo with Song Joong-ki in Descendants of the Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Those two are a phenomenon.
Totally.
Imagine the fan reaction
Oh, my gosh.
if producers tried to, challenge those pairings.
You're hitting on such a crucial point. I think fans have already created these dream pairings in their heads.
Yeah.
And, producers know that deviating from those expectations can be a recipe for disaster,
It's true.
especially when you consider how vocal K-drama fandoms are online.
Oh, yeah. They hold the power.
They do.
They can make or break a show.
Absolutely.
But let's not forget, both Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo have massive international followings.
Huge.
Wouldn't pairing them generate just huge global buzz?
You would think so.
Right.
However, their international appeal differs in interesting ways.
Oh, really? How so?
Lee Min-ho has a huge following in China and Southeast Asia,
Okay.
likely due to, his roles in these action and fantasy genres
Yeah.
that have broad international appeal.
Makes sense.
While Song Hye Kyo's popularity, while global,
Mm-hmm.
might be more focused in specific markets that gravitate towards her style of drama.
So could it be a strategic decision by producers
Possibly.
to maximize international viewership by keeping them in genres that align with their strengths?
Yeah.
Almost like a marketing strategy.
Yeah, international appeal is definitely a major factor in casting decisions.
I bet.
Producers are constantly analyzing which markets they want to target
Right.
and what stories resonate with those audiences.
Wow, it's fascinating how much goes into these decisions.
It really is.
But beyond just the strategic stuff,
Yeah.
there's the question of timing.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
After Descendants of the Sun Song, Hye Kyo took a break from dramas. And she's been more selective with her roles since.
Okay.
Lee Min-ho, on the other hand, has maintained a more consistent TD presence.
Right.
So their schedules may just not have aligned.
It's like a sliding doors scenario.
Yeah, totally.
What if their schedules had lined up at some point?
Right.
What kind of drama could we have gotten?
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Timing is truly everything
It's true.
in this industry.
Yeah.
And it's entirely possible that the perfect project,
Uh-huh.
the one that appeals to both of their artistic sensibilities, fits their schedules,
Yeah.
just hasn't come along yet.
Yeah. Okay, so we've covered career trajectories,
Mm-hmm.
fan expectations, the international market,
Yeah.
even just the element of timing.
Uh-huh.
But what about the actors themselves?
Okay.
Do they have a say in this?
I mean,
What about personal preferences?
sure.
Or even just like a matter of chemistry?
That's a whole other layer to this.
Right.
While actors don't always have final say in casting, they certainly have preferences
Right.
and can influence decisions.
So maybe Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo just haven't felt that spark,
It's possible.
that creative pull to work together.
It's certainly possible.
Actors are drawn to projects for different reasons,
Yeah.
whether it's the story, the character, the opportunity to collaborate.
Right.
There could be so many factors that we as outsiders just don't know.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've got career paths, fandom, international markets, timing, and even personal preferences
Yeah.
all swirling around this.
It's a lot.
It's like a K-drama mystery in itself.
It really is.
But we're just getting started.
Okay.
There's more to unravel in this case of the pairing that never was.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
The pairing that never was.
All right, let's get into it. It's fascinating, right? Like, K-dramas tap into this desire for wish fulfillment.
Yeah.
And sometimes those wishes can be super specific.
Totally.
Like, especially when it comes to casting.
It's like fans have already written the love story
Right.
in their heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it becomes less about finding the right actors and more about fulfilling those fantasies.
Exactly. Producers know that think about Crash Landing on You.
Oh, such a good show.
Hyunbin and Sun Ye-jin, they just had incredible chemistry.
They did.
And fans were totally invested,
Totally.
both on and off screen.
It's true.
Deviating from those expectations can be risky.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw this with the reaction to Park Shin-hye being cast in Sisyphus, the myth,
Right.
after her popular pairing with Lee Min-ho in The Heirs.
Yeah, it's like this tightrope walk between
Right.
creative vision and keeping the fan base happy.
Yeah.
So where do the actors themselves fit into all of this?
Right.
Do they have any say in who they work with?
That's another piece of the puzzle here.
Okay.
While actors might not have a final say, they certainly have preferences and can influence those casting decisions.
Okay.
Some might be actively looking for a challenge, right?
Yeah.
Explore different kinds of chemistry.
Right.
Others might want to stick with what's worked.
Right, in
Yeah.
the past.
Makes sense. So could it be that Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo just haven't found that project
Yeah.
that speaks to both of them?
Totally.
Or maybe their career goals are pulling them in different directions?
It's entirely possible. And let's not forget about those personal factors.
Oh, right.
Scheduling conflicts, previous commitments.
Yeah.
Even just industry dynamics
Right,
can impact those decisions.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So let's go back to their acting styles for a second.
Yeah.
We touched on this earlier.
Yeah.
But how might their approaches differ, and could that be a factor?
It is a fascinating contrast. Hye Kyo excels at conveying a range of emotions with subtlety.
Yeah, she does.
Think about her performance in Descendants of the Sun.
Amazing.
Her ability to communicate just with a glance.
Yeah.
It's nuanced and internalized.
She's a master of those, like, quiet,
Yes.
emotionally charged moments.
Totally.
Lee Min-ho, on the other hand, he's got that charisma,
Yeah. That larger-than-life presence.
especially in those action roles.
Yeah, he commands attention.
Absolutely. He's got that leading man energy.
He does.
Now, some actors thrive on that contrast, that
Right.
push and pull.
Yeah.
But it's also possible that those styles could clash
Right.
and lead to a disconnect,
Yeah.
a lack of that spark.
Yeah, so it's not just about finding two talented actors.
Right.
It's about finding two
With chemistry.
whose styles complement each other.
Yeah.
Whose energies work together
Right.
to create that magic.
Exactly. It's like a dance.
Yeah.
You need the right partners, the right choreography, and the right music.
It's true. Okay, so we've got career paths.
Yeah.
Fandom, international markets, timing, personal preferences.
Mm-hmm.
Now acting styles.
Uh-huh.
It's like we're solving a mystery here.
It's a lot to unpack.
But add all these factors.
Yeah.
Which do you think is most significant?
That's a tough one.
I know, right?
It's likely a combination of things. But if I had to pick one, I'd say it's this convergence of fan expectations and that ideal couple thing.
Yeah.
Because messing with those deeply ingrained fan pairings can backfire.
Oh, for sure.
K-dramas thrive on creating these strong emotional connections, and casting plays a huge role in that.
It does.
It's a balancing act
It is.
between fulfilling those expectations and taking risks.
But wouldn't some fans welcome a fresh pairing?
Oh, of course.
A chance to see their favorites in a new light?
There will always be fans who are open to new possibilities.
Right.
But producers have to weigh that against the risk of alienating a big chunk of the fan base.
True, true. It's a high-stakes game.
It is.
But you know what? It's kind of refreshing
What's that?
that some things just remain a mystery.
Yeah,
It keeps the speculation alive,
it does.
and it fuels those what-if scenarios.
Right.
Maybe someday
Yeah.
we will see them on screen together.
That's the beauty of it all.
It's true.
It's full of surprises.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe the stars will align and we'll finally get that pairing.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Until then, we'll just have to keep theorizing.
And enjoying the anticipation.
Exactly. But there is one aspect we haven't explored yet.
What's that?
The actor's own personal aspirations.
Okay.
What if their individual career goals are the biggest obstacle to this dream pairing? Yeah, we've talked about, all these external factors, fan expectations, industry trends, global markets.
Right.
But what about the actors themselves?
Mm-hmm.
What if their personal ambitions are the biggest roadblock?
It's a good point. I mean, we often forget that actors,
Yeah.
despite their fame, they're individuals.
Right.
They have their own goals and aspirations.
They're not just, pieces on a chessboard.
Exactly.
So what if Lee Min-ho is seeking those roles that challenge him physically?
Yeah.
Those action-packed parts
Uh-huh.
that really let him push his boundaries.
It's possible.
Maybe that's where he finds his spark.
Think about his recent projects, Pachinko, The King Eternal Monarch.
Yeah.
He seems to be drawn to roles with a certain intensity.
And Song Hye Kyo, with her focus on those mature roles.
Mm,
Maybe she's looking for projects that let her explore different facets of human experience.
right. Now we're breaking up encounter.
Yeah.
She's clearly interested in portraying characters with depth.
So their career paths, while both super successful,
Yeah,
might be leading them in different directions artistically.
it's true.
And those personal choices might be more significant than any external pressure.
Absolutely. It's like two ships sailing on parallel courses.
Ooh, like that.
They might admire each other from a distance, but their destinations might be different.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't, diminish their talent
Right.
or their impact on K-drama.
It just means that a collaboration might not align with their journey right now.
Right.
It's a good reminder that even in this world driven by fame, personal fulfillment matters.
It does.
And sometimes the best choices are the ones that align with an artist's own purpose.
So where does this leave us?
Okay.
We've explored so many reasons why Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo haven't shared the screen yet.
Yeah, it's a lot.
From the strategic decisions of producers
Right.
to the desires of the fans, career trajectories, personal preferences, it's a complex web.
And maybe that's what makes it so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's a glimpse into the K-drama industry,
Yeah.
where creative visions and market forces and ambitions all kind of intersect.
We might never know the real reason
Yeah.
why this pairing hasn't happened,
True.
but the speculation, the what-ifs,
Yeah.
it's all part of the fun.
It keeps us engaged and it sparks conversations.
That's true.
And it reminds us that even in this structured industry,
Right.
there's always room for mystery.
Yeah. And surprises.
And maybe, just maybe, the fulfillment of a fantasy.
So what do you think?
Yeah, what other factors might be at play?
Could we see this pairing in the future?
Let us know your theories.
Head over to our social media and tell us what you think. Until then, keep watching, keep dreaming, and keep diving deep into the world of K-drama.